Udah?
Udah?
Good night, everyone. So today we are pitching our game called Your Body Betrays You, a fast-paced 2.5D mutation survival roguelike with permadeath. Next. Wait, next. To give you a quick overview, the game is a single-player 2.5D side-scroller built on Unity. You play as an escape test subject. The core vision here is controlled chaos. Every enemy you kill floods your body with bioenergy, triggering involuntary mutations. You get stronger, but you also crawl closer to total genetic collapse. Next. So our gameplay relies on 4 design pillars. First, mutate. Evolution is forced upon you, not chosen. Second, survive. Every upgrade forces a trade-off between powers and stability. Third, escape. You must fight through 4 hostile sectors. And fourth, persist. Death isn't the end. You get to carry one permanent DNA trait into your next run. Next. A typical run follows a straightforward but tense loop. You explore procedural rooms, defeat enemies, collect bioenergy, and force mutate. This drives up your instability. You win by defeating the final boss in the core chamber, but you lose if your HP drops to 0 or if your instability hits 100%. Next. The mutation system. Finally, let's look at the mutation system. Mutation targets 4 body parts: head, arms, torso, and legs, each unlocking distinct active skills like acid speed or clone burst. However, every mutation increases your instability by 10%. Crossing 80% triggers a high stress heartbeat audio warning, and hitting 100% results in instant death from genetic collapse.
Okay, now I'll continue to the control and player stats. As you can see, this is the basic controls that we use. A or D is for move and left, and space is for jump. LMB is for basic attack. RMB is to activate your mutation skill, and E is to interact or pick up. Escape button is for pause the game, and the mutate is auto. You don't need to control it. And this is the player stats that we gave for the first time when they start the game. The HP, of course, we set it to 100, and for the mutation instability, it start from 0. And for bioenergy, it's also start from 0, and body force we have 4, like we already mentioned before. And the move speed and also the attack speed is based, so it's like 1 by 1. And activate skill is none because you don't have any skill yet. Okay, next. Okay, this is the, oops, sorry. This is the level design. We got 4 level design. For the first one is the lab sector. This is like the first beginning sector you're gonna play. It's the easiest part because like the tile is not have any damage and the enemy is so basic. They only can just do a melee basic attack and nothing really special in here. So we move out to the bio waste tunnel. This start when things getting a little complicated because the enemy have a ranged acid attack that can add your instancy or your mutation level, and there's acid pools in the floor. So if you hit by it, you're gonna add your mutation level. And for the boss, there's the name of was Waste Crawler, which have a ranged acid plus area denial. And the third room is Mutation Garden. The the enemy is heavily mutated, and their attack is dual element attack. For the boss, their name is Clone Warden and split at 505% HP. And for the last one is Core Chamber. This is the most hardest part of the game because the enemy is the elite mutant guard, and there's a turret attacking you, so it makes it harder to dodge. And for the boss, is the experiment itself. All mutation types is combined, and there's multi-phase to fight this boss. Next, this is the progression. The meta progression, if you die, it shows score and stage reach. The second is when you already die, you can choose one of three traits for your mutation history. So in the next round, you keep the traits along the way. The trait unlock permanently active from next round start, like what I mentioned before, and accumulate across all runs. That always has a silver lining. So for the long run, you will get a lot of skill, but it's only three you can bring. Okay, so you cannot choose what you want. Like there is a five type in there, and with the explanation. In the runtime, stable DNA fragment reduce instability, critical for survival. For the biocore, choose one of three targeted mutations. Regeneration cell, you can restore HP and rare. Split core activates a clone with its own happy pool. Next. Okay, this is the UI screens that we can simulate to you guys to see. This is the first is the main screen. You can see this is the title, Your Body Betrays You. There's a four button, new game, of course, continue and achievement, also the leaderboard. For the right side, this is when you playing in game, like the gameplay screens. This is your character right here. You can move it for the color A or D to move left and right, and also space for the jump. You see this like thing is like an item you can pick up. This is also the monster walking around in the floor right there. And this is the screen after you die. It show like in what chamber you are and how long you already played and your high score in there. And this is the achievement. There's a lot of achievement here. There's a 5v5 for now. And this is the leaderboard because you only player, so yeah, there's only one. The next. This is oh yeah, this is the art direction, and we use the visual style of pixel art with clinical white plus green for lab, so we can simulate the mutation effect and the player sprites update visually per mutation. Each body give their own color, which body is get mutated hard, and USC is dark gritty overlays with bioluminescent a sun color and gritty contrast stereo lab versus increasing monsters player. Next is continue to my with my friend.
So we've shown you how our game is working. Now let's talk about actually what it make feel like good to play. This is our balance and tuning philosophy. Here's the core idea behind everything. Our game sells an experience, not just a fair fight. A roguelike like ours isn't about fairness. It's about making the player feel challenged, yet capable. We want them constantly thinking like, I almost died, but I earned that win. Every parameter you see exists to create an illusion of fairness. Let These are our tuning parameters: enemy HP and damage. This is scaled across four sectors, from sector 1 to sector 4. At the base stats, enemy kills the player in 3 to 5 hits, tight enough to feel dangerous, but forgiving enough to let them know that one mistake isn't an instant death. Bioenergy drop rate is tuned so it takes around 8 kills to trigger your first mutation. The pacing matters too. Uh, f- fast and Too fast and mutation feels meaningless. Too slow and the player gets bored. In Sector 3, Mutation Garden, we doubled this rate on purpose, so instability spikes and difficulty runs uh, up right when the player is getting comfortable. Instability per mutation. It sits at the base of plus 10%, but the Biocore item lets players steer their mutations strategically instead of just like playing for RNG. The item rarity. We've tuned it carefully, roughly 1 to 2 region cell per sector, 3 to 5 DNA frags, and 1 guaranteed biocore. Survival items are sucker enough to matter, but never too rare, so the run feels so hopeless. Boss HP is about 3 times the average enemy, with a pace shift at 50% health, where the boss changes its attack patterns, keep the boss fights from being boring uh, damage race. And lastly, this is the mutation trade-off. This is the heart of the game. A mutation might give you like 20% attack or minus 10 speed. Uh, we always tune the buff to slightly outweigh the drawback. The players should feel they're getting more stronger, even they're getting more unstable. Now below that, we have three uh, psychological balance technique. Telegraph attacks. Every dangerous enemy move has a visual one-up. So the players know when the enemy will hit. So when the players die, they blame themselves, not the game. Power trip moments. We deliberately give player moments where they feel unstoppable to reward the risk they took. And a subtle enemy nerf at 80% plus instability. When the player is on the edge of genetic collapse, we quietly ease the game off, so those final tense moments feel survivable and earned rather than cheap. Next, let me bring it all together with the feature that make this game ours. These are the six pillars that define our game. Your body betrays you. There is involuntary mutation. This is our hook, where power is gained automatically and there's no option out. Like no thanks. Every kill pushes you towards a mutation, whether you want it or not. That creates a constant risk and reward tension because you can control the timing. The four-part body upgrade system, head, arms, legs, and torso all mutate independently, which give us a combinatorial build variety. No two runs play the same because no two bodies end up the same. The instability matter. This is what sets us apart from most roguelike. A second death condition that has nothing to do with HP. So you can be at full health and still die from the genetic collapse. It creates this escalating strategy urgency that builds you from the mid game and onward. The procedural runes. Tile-based modular generation means the layout is fresh every single run. Replayability is built into the architecture. Permadeath plus meta progression. That is meaningful. You lose the run, but it's never punishing because you always carry one permanent core trait into your next attempt. Every death makes you a little stronger. And finally, there is 55 achievement ranging from simple milestone to extreme challenges, plus leaderboard integration, all designed to keep the players coming back up after their first win. Together with this six feature, uh, we create that core fantasy we open with becoming a powerful mutant monster while teetering on the edge of self-destruction. Next. Thank you so much for your time, and we'd love to hear your thoughts, and we're happy to take any question. This was created by our team, Stephen Laichi, me, Jason Klein, and Daniel Hamonangan Sihombing, for the game design course at Binan Nusantara University.